Here we have a 2018 on a 68 registration Yutong TC9 34 seat executive coach. So we are in Milton Keynes today at Bill's Minibus and Coach Hire Limited. New supplier for us. Looking at this very, very well presented little Yutong, and I say well presented more because of the colour. Because you know when some vehicles need a colour to make them look better, and I'll give you an example. You see that looks a bit meh. That looks classy. Wheels have been freshly painted just to make it look better, and that's great because the wheel trims that they fit to these when they're new, they're just a bit, they cheapen it for me. I actually think having those wheels painted like that makes the vehicle look better. I love this graphite metallic. There's not a mark on the bodywork, as you can see. Power operated rear continental door. Under the bonnet, Euro 6 Cummins ISB 6.7 engine. That's driven through a ZF Ecolife fully automatic gearbox. Reverse camera's also fitted. I will double check, but I would think on this age it might be the uprated 320 brake horsepower engine. Listen, 280 is enough in these, which is what they are, but at some point they did go to a bit of a bigger engine. I think to give a bit better fuel consumption, if I'm being honest. Back down the near side, we've got parallel opening lockers. I'm really impressed because nobody ever does this when they know I'm coming. They mint up the coach and they forget about the luggage. So as you can see, lockers have either never been used since the day it was new, or they've been cleaned and polished to within an inch of their lives. Decent amount of luggage. The trouble with these is you've not got the height clearance, so you find that drivers aren't a fan of using them just because of how low they are and the back and banging their heads. But you've got a decent amount of luggage. Listen, you can't throw it in if you're full, but you'll get it in if you think about it. So as we jump on board, we've got 34 reclining seats, and it gets better in here because you've got this uprated seat. 3-point seat belts are fitted. So this uprated seat finished in this black leather with just a little bit of blue trim on it there just to break it up. You've got the extra padding flaps, neutral kerns. It's all very muted, isn't it? Greys, neutral colours, black, very corporate. Bear that in mind, because I see this as more of a corporate vehicle just because of how it's finished inside. Sideways movement to the seats as well. Every so often you'll find one of these 240 volt sockets. There's also USB connectors in the back of the seats. We've got a rear floor mounted toilet with this hot drinks facility fitted in there. Fits nicely just in between the back couple of seats and the loo. I'm guessing the door struggles to stay shut though, looking at that. We're also wired for CCTV. Down at floor level, we've got wood effect lino to the floor with a carpet to the aisle. Fully air conditioned. I've got to be honest, I see a lot of Yutongs, and I find a lot of them when they get, or a lot of them's unfair. If they've not been cared for internally, they get to an age where they look tired. This looks very fresh. The interior's great. I think the colour helps, you know, having that graphite metallic, and I think this just comes across as a more corporate vehicle. You can even drop it to like 24 and chuck some tables in if you wanted to. There's a lot of uses for this. We're wired for DVD with one power operated drop down monitor. Dash is all in good order, very sensibly laid out dash on these. As you can see, everything's just to the driver's fingertips. We've got lane departure warning and automated emergency braking system fitted. The mileage is less than 300,000 kilometres, which on a vehicle of what, just turned 7, it's not bad. Fridge in the dashboard. What looks like it could possibly be the most uncomfortable courier seat in the world. But if that's the only negative, we're not doing too bad, are we? Because it's these seats. I shouldn't say this. It's these seats that are more important. But equally, if you're double manning, your second man wants a good seat as well. Anyway, the other thing as well you find on Yutongs, the driver's seat's usually starting to look destroyed. But in fairness, there's no real signs of aging. So that tells me this is one that's been looked after. You know, which is what you want really, isn't it? So, to recap, it's a 2018 on a 68 registration, Yutong TC9, 34-seat executive coach.